Northern Nigeria is on the verge of an implosion. Until we tell ourselves the truth, nothing is going to stop that from happening. We, the Northerners, have a lot to learn from the Yorubas. We have a lot to learn from the Yorubas. How have the Yorubas been able to harness and manage their differences in terms of religion? How have they been able to manage that to an extent that it has not become a disaster to them? We need to learn that. So I am telling you this as a typical Northerner, that at any point in time you see a cleric scholar, a religious cleric scholar, telling you that you need to be so radical, you need to cause havoc on other people with the hope of getting a reward in heaven, ask him the basic question: what is stopping him from going to heaven to get the result? What is stopping him from going to heaven to get the 72 virgins? And when he tells you that there is sunnah in having so much children, ask him the basic question: how many children does he have? How many children does he have that are on the streets, that are begging? Ask him those basic questions, and you will get to see that at the end of the day, you are nothing but a tool in the hands of the politicians and in the hands of the fanatics. That is just what you are. Until you realize that, you're going to remain that. And I want to disabuse the Northerner minds in regards to this concept that makes them feel or think that we own Nigeria. We are the power of Nigeria. To me, that is a delusion of the highest order. The dynamics have changed, but since it's something that has been implanted in your mind, you still think it's still the same. But it's not. I am telling you. Let's look at, ask yourself the question: what is your GDP? What is the GDP of the North in comparison to that of the Yoruba land, in comparison to that of the East? And the last time I checked, there is no comparison. Lagos is operating as a country on its own. And Lagos can feed all, if not to some certain extent, almost the whole of the North with its GDP. And when you feel you want to fight an attack and win victory on a particular region, what do you use? It's not the game of numbers. It's the game of resources. And it's evidently clear now that they have their resources more than you. So why are you still living with that delusion that you control Nigeria and you control the power? It's not. It's only when it comes to shady politicking, fanatic religious ideologies, that is where numbers count. But when it comes to progress and development, numbers don't count. Numbers doesn't count. It's evident. Don't pursue numbers. Don't pursue radical religious ideologies. Pursue development. Pursue quality of life. Stop marrying so many people and giving birth to so many children that you can't account for, that cannot compete with the global trend. That is just it. Until you learn that, you will live with that delusion. And I'm telling you wholeheartedly that that delusion is highly unrealistic and it's not the reality of the day. Till you realize that, you will never come through. As a matter of fact.
Martins Vincent Oshe, popularly known as Verydarkman, has highlighted the plight of young girls trafficked from Nigeria to Ivory Coast. In a video posted on Instagram, the activist called on the chairperson of the Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, giving her a 1-week ultimatum to repatriate the girls to Nigeria, warning that her failure to act will result in serious problems. He claimed that the trafficked girls in Ivory Coast were in their hundreds and that some were as young as 12 years old. Let's take a look.
So Abike Dabiri, the chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora, after this post, I am giving you exactly 1 week to find solution to this. Exactly 1 week. If after 1 week, these girls are not back to this country, I'll give you the biggest problem you have ever seen in your life. Nigerians, let me show you something. Take a good look at it.
But I don't think any of these girls, I don't think any of them here is up to 15. Let me ask them, they said they are from Niger, but some people from Niger have come and they found out that they are actually from Kano. So it seems like they've taken them to Niger before to go and beg. Sure. So from Niger now, they were moved here. So they think that they are from Niger, but they are originally from Kano, where they were moved to go to Niger to go and beg. So these are actually Nigerian kids. This is like 0.3% or 2% of the entire problem that is happening here in Cote d'Ivoire, because there is a lot of shanties where a lot of Nigerians are, where they are using them for sex trafficking here in Cote d'Ivoire.
Well, meanwhile, Abike Dabiri has reacted to VDM's ultimatum, calling it ignorant and misinformed. Let's take Abike Dabiri's tweet. She wrote on X, "Totally wrong, misinformed, and ignorant call. Have you heard of NAPTIP Nigeria? It's the agency responsible solely for trafficking. NIDCOM has collaborated with them as much as we can. And for your information, using my own personal resources, not government, I'm sure NAPTIP Nigeria will treat appropriately. I advise you to tag them." I mean, Vimbai, this is a huge topic. I mean, I know on the cover of Daily Trust newspapers, if we can pull that up, and their lead story on the Daily Trust is traffickers using digital platforms to lure Nigerians. And NAPTIP is saying that over 7,000 victims have been rescued in 2 years. Digital platform. And of course, I reached out to Abike Dabiri, and she did talk to me about what kind of collaboration that they have been doing with NAPTIP. And she was graceful to send me, some of the roles of NAPTIP. I'll just read a few of them, and then I'll come to you. And, powers of NAPTIP, I'd like to educate Nigerians. They have the powers, one, to investigate whether any person, body, or entity has committed an offense under this act or the offense of trafficking under any law. 2, enter into any premises, property, or conveyance for the purpose of conducting searches in furtherance of its functions under this act or under any other law. 3, arrest, detain, and persecute offenders under this act or any other law on trafficking in persons in Nigeria. I mean, I would say kudos to NAPTIP, really. 7,000 Nigerians in 2 years. It's a lot. And, kudos to also VDM for going out there and highlighting the plight of these young children who have been trafficked, most of them unknowingly, to Ivory Coast, saying that there are hundreds that are out there. As much as we give kudos to NAPTIP, we urge them to look into the case of those children trafficked to Ivory Coast.
Thank you so much for that. And those are the main points. First of all, I begin with those girls, not just these girls, all victims of trafficking around. Yes, it's a tall order for NAPTIP, but for now we know about this group, so we continue to advocate for NAPTIP in collaboration with NIDCOM to do something about this. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to Verydarkman, I think it's important for us to always encourage activism.
Yes.
and for us to, to commend it. However, it's also important for us to set out the structures in the manner which we do so. I know he has his own way of communicating and getting his message across to his followers and so forth, but it's important to note that we can't threaten people on social media. That is not correct.
Yes.
Now to the main issue. NIDCOM itself, under Madam Abike Dabiri, last year, remember there was the issue of the Nigerian girls in Ghana. Yes. 13 of them. And she personally went to Ghana to visit these girls who had been promised jobs as sales girls in Ghana, and in collaboration with other stakeholders were able to bring them in. As from just the end, in the second half of last year, they were able to repatriate about 163 girls, young ladies who had been trafficked.
Did you tell me she was your daughter? Did you tell me she was your daughter? Did you tell me she was your daughter?
What is the
You told me she was your niece. You bloody liar. Get out. Where am I? I may post here. May post here. So people will know you for who you are. People will know you for who you are. You are a devil. You are a devil. People will know you for who you are. Get out of this house. Get out of this house. Choma, leave this house. There's nothing. Choma, leave this house. Leave alone. Choma, leave this house. Choma, leave this house. Choma, leave this house. Mommy, back. Mommy, leave this place. Leave this place.
No, she's not.
Leave this house. Leave here.
Come.
Children, go upstairs. All of you go upstairs. Go upstairs, children. All of you go upstairs. Choma, leave my house. Leave my house. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Calm down. Leave me alone. I don't care. Someone is knocking. I don't care. Idiot. I don't care. You born idiot. People will know you. People will know you. Mommy, Ramaga. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Who is knocking? Who is at the door? Leave me alone. I don't care even if it's neighbors. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me. Come out of my way. 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 This is this. I'm going to tear all of your clothes. I will tear every of your clothes. I will tear every of your clothes. Leave me alone. Leave me. Leave me. I don't care. Is she your daughter? Is she your daughter or not? Is she your daughter? You lied to me. You bloody liar.
If you have money in Opay, I think you need to be very careful. And by the end of this video, you probably go and take your money out of your Opay account, because I am going to take my money out as soon as I'm done making this video. Something happened to my sister today, the 9th of April 2025, and it is really so painful. I am going to attach the screenshot of the chat between the Opay customer service and my sister, my younger sister. Now, this lady is just someone that finished university. She hasn't even gone to serve yet. They've rendered her stranded. Honestly, when I see people hate on Opay, I keep wondering, like, what's the reason for the hate? But I think I kind of understand why now, because she posted something on her story saying restricting someone's bank account when there's no fraudulent activity on the account is so annoying. Barrister Victor, should we sue Opay? And then me, as the sister that I am, I will comment on her post, and I laughed. I'm like, Opay, they restrict person account. And then she sent me screenshots, which I'm going to attach on the screen as well, between she and the in-app customer service rep. This chat goes, for what reasons? Obviously she tried to like carry out a transaction that failed, that could not go through because her account has been blocked. Her Opay account has been blocked. So if you are conversant with the Opay customer service, the live chat, this is what it looks like. She goes, so for what reason? There wasn't any fraudulent transaction whatsoever. The little money that she has to manage, they've blocked her account, and they go, I empathize with you on the issues raised. Kindly be informed to visit the court and provide them with the suit number, for further assistance. Like, they're not even trying to be helpful here. Like, if you're restricting or blocking my account, you should be giving me a reason, telling me what happened, right? Just telling me that, and then they go, please be informed that your account has been blocked pursuant to a court order from the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Lagos Judicial Division. We kindly ask you to visit the nearest law court as indicated in the block notice, along with the suit number for further assistance. Would there be any other thing you would like me to assist with? Who blocked, who gave the order? Who brought in that court order? Like, I still do not get it. Please let me know if I'm overreacting. This does not make any sense. Is this how it is done? If your account has ever been blocked, because my sister is so not happy, her birthday is coming up like in few days. She had plans to use that money. She does not have a source of income yet, just her little business that she does. That is not even like, she's not even making profits yet. Her little meat pie business that she's doing. If you've had your account blocked before, is this how they normally do it? That she needs to go to the court? For what? Who reported? Like, they're not being helpful at all. They're not even giving any information. Nothing. It's just so bland. Like, what do you mean that the account was blocked? So account was blocked. because someone probably like sent in a court order. I feel like this is, please, if you have an Opay account, I just think that you should be careful. I'm not going to be the one to tell you what to do, but personally, I'm going to take my money out of Opay and I'm never going to be using Opay again. Yes, I'm not going to be using Opay anymore. I need help in the comments. Like, tell me, how is this thing done? She's currently talking to a lawyer friend that says she can't just even like go to any court. He says if a court gives an order, you can't just go to any court and vacate it. Only a higher court can, or the same court that gave the order. So that means she has to come to Lagos. Like, what the hell? My sister is in Benue State, and if you know, Benue is far. It's like 12 to 15 hours drive from Lagos. Like, why can't they just tell us the reason why this account was blocked? The reason that was given the court order, because this makes no sense. I mean, if you're blocking my account based on a court order, I think that it's just fair that you let me know as a customer service rep. You let me know the context of the court order. This is so unfair. I don't even want to get angry, but it's pissing me off. I never thought I would come to TikTok to now be ranting, but here we are. It is well.
Train us spoil again for inside bush. I'm trekking with a trek for inside bush. With the trek, train spoil again. That is the kind of country we are. Train again spoil.
You know how this place is.
Trekking. We don't really reach it, but it's your console. See the train. Track it things.
Witness video captured Idaho police officers opening fire on an autistic teenager behind a fence as he walked towards them with a knife. 17-year-old Victor Perez, described by his family as nonverbal, autistic and intellectually disabled, was hospitalized in critical condition and had 9 bullets removed from his body and his leg amputated, according to his aunt. A witness said in a 911 call that Perez was chasing a man and woman in a backyard while wielding a kitchen knife. When police arrived, Perez was on the ground, according to the witness. Perez stood up and walked towards the officers with the knife in his hand. Then officers shot repeatedly. There is no indication the police were aware of the boy's conditions.
I know the position of the police, but only one can at least stop him. If you have to shoot, okay, only one. But what the heck, what was that? 9 bullets. They took 9 bullets out of that kid.
Pocatello Police Chief Roger Shea addressed the incident.
In situations like this, officers must make decisions in seconds. They assess threats, not just to themselves, but to those nearby. In this case, 2 individuals were within a few feet of an armed, non-compliant individual. The risk was immediate and the situation rapidly evolving.
Shea said he would not answer questions about the shooting because of an investigation being conducted by the East Idaho Critical Incident Task Force. The Pocatello Police Department did not immediately respond to CNN's request for comment.
Bringing back the people's money from the corrupt. Recovery from one man alone.
But most importantly, to help you understand what we are doing about it. As we all know, Sierra Leone has gone through a lot. We have a story that is difficult to explain. A country where we have a lot
in terms of resources, in terms of the human capital, in terms of the things that can make us prosper. Yet, we have not been able to make much headway as a country. Even though we must recognize that a lot of efforts are being made by individuals and sometimes collectively to change the story of this country. Myself and my team at the ACC have remained committed to ensuring that we join the efforts of the good people who want to change the story of Sierra Leone by putting the interest of the country above individual interest. So today, what you see here is part of our recovery efforts for monies that have been lost to corruption, but because we have promised that our interest is not just to go after the people and punish them, but to make sure whatsoever they stole, they must bring it back wholesale. And this sea of money you see here today is actually the equivalent of 15 billion old loans, or now we call it 15 million new loans. But the money was stolen in old loans. And what you see here is just a small part. 40% of what one man sitting in a bank stole from Sierra Leone. One man. His name is Salim Mansaye. He alone stole 34 billion euros plus of money that was meant for NIA and used it for his own purposes. If you can recall, this issue came out, civil society were involved. It involves the bank. The bank, which by the way is EcoBank, they did not really commit any criminal offense. They only had a staff who was a criminal. And that staff, working with other people, chose to create a device to steal money that was destined to go into NIA accounts and applied it for its own personal use. But when we became aware of this, we sat with the bank and told the bank, look, this is your staff. You were supposed to set up systems to avoid this money from being stolen. Therefore, while we are going after that staff to bring back that money, you as a bank have to return the money to us. And the bank, recognizing the good relationship they've had with Sierra Leone, EcoBank is a fantastic bank. Very professional. But if you have staff who are bad, you have to take some blame. Therefore, we asked EcoBank to pay back the full 34.6 billion, 34.2 billion euros. And they have agreed to pay, and we started with 15 billion euros, which is now in front of you. The balance will be paid every month starting January, 2.2 billion euros until September, which will total the full amount that was found to have been stolen by the gentleman called Salim Mansaye, a criminal, serious criminal, from the people of Sierra Leone. Now, as for Salim Mansaye, somebody will ask what happened to him.
That brings us to the end of today's edition of Trend with Tuche. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my content. Until next time, bye for now.